There's a part of your brain called the Reticular Activation System that basically deletes from your awareness things that you don't consider to be important, okay? The reason for this is that if we were aware of everything going on, it would be too much. We kind of go insane. So this part of our brain really deletes all the rest of that out, so we just focus on what we want to focus on. In a way, it's kind of like your car radio, right? Because all of the stations are hitting the antenna, and if you heard all of them, it would just be a jumbled mass. But what the car radio does is it tunes out all of those other stations and it only tunes into the one that you want to hear, okay? So why this is important is it's kind of nice to know about this because sometimes we kind of get caught in our own perception of reality and we think that's the only reality there is. And so when you understand that really what's happening is your brain is cutting out 99% of reality and just focusing you on the one that you believe is real and the one that you believe is important to you. Okay, so now let me give you an example of how this can work so you understand specifically what I'm talking about. Whatever car you drive, whenever you're driving around, there's a good chance that you notice that car, right? And you're not paying attention to it, you're not looking for that car, but it just pops into your awareness and you notice it. And this happens with all sorts of things. If all of a sudden you're remodeling your bathroom, all of a sudden you start noticing stores and places that have something to do with bathroom remodeling, okay? So why this is important is because on a subconscious level, you have this part of your brain that's literally deleting out things that might be really helpful to you, okay? So if you wanted to make more money, right? Say you wanted to start a business. If you have never been around someone who's started a business, you have no idea, about what it's like to be an entrepreneur, you literally are not seeing these things in your reality. And because you don't see them, you start to think, well, there's no opportunity for me, right? Now, if you had the mindset of a successful entrepreneur, they are literally seeing a different reality. You could put them in the exact same environment you live in, but all of a sudden they would see, different opportunities than you're able to see, right? If you didn't have that background. So this is why hypnosis this is one of the reasons why it's so powerful, because what we're doing with hypnosis is, it's just like a car, right? So say you're looking at cars. Well, all of a sudden, if you go and drive, the Mercedes-Benz, well, all of a sudden you're going to start noticing the Mercedes-Benz all over the place, right? Even if you don't buy it, just taking it for a test drive, all of a sudden tunes your subconscious mind to recognize the Mercedes-Benz in your environment, brings it into your awareness. And so with hypnosis, what we're doing, instead of just taking our reality that we see now and trying to operate within that, we're saying, no, there's more going on here. We're just not tuned to it. And what hypnosis does is it allows you to kind of tune yourself to the things you want to experience so that you subconsciously start to bring into your awareness those things. Okay, so for example, if we're talking about weight loss, if someone believes, well, I'm an overeater and I love sweets and I've always struggled with my weight, that's the reality they see. But when they start using hypnosis and they allow themselves to connect to the feeling of being healthy, of craving healthy foods, of eating just the right amount, of slimming down quickly and naturally and permanently, and they just allow that idea to kind of sink in essence, they test drive that idea out. All of a sudden, when they go into the world, they're more aware, and what's brought into their awareness is healthier foods, right? They go into the supermarket and all of a sudden the unhealthy stuff kind of fades away a bit and the healthier stuff comes into their awareness, right? And when they're eating, all of a sudden they're aware of what it's like to just eat the right amount, okay? Because they've allowed that to come in. They've tuned themselves to that station in a sense, right? I'll give you one more example just to prove what I'm talking about. If you are a non-smoker, when you walk into a convenience store, you most likely don't even know where the cigarettes are, right? They're in there, but you don't even see them. They're not part of your awareness, not part of your paradigm. And so what we want to do when we're looking to create change is not just assume that our awareness of what we know is the whole story, because it's not. It's just a small band of it. And so what we want to start doing is training and programming our subconscious mind to tune itself to the things that are going to support us and help us create the changes and the goals that we want to achieve. All right, so I hope this helps you out. You can go research it some more. We call it RAS for short, Reticular Activation System. Again, it's a part of your brain and you can influence it very, very powerfully through hypnosis. Now, there's other ways to influence it too. Like I said, you could all of a sudden read a book on something and then you start to notice it. You could test drive a car and all of a sudden you start to notice it. You could see an advertisement for something. All of a sudden you start to notice it. So there are a lot of ways this can happen. Hypnosis is just a very specific, powerful way to make it happen that you can do intentionally. So again, pay attention to how this is going on. Notice things that you become aware of in your environment naturally without even seeking them out. And then start to think about if you could start to be aware of the things that are going to support you in making the changes and achieving the goals you want, how much more helpful that would be, right? So I hope this helps you out and have a great day.